Hi again. This we are gonna start modeling the problem. This is again electronic assembly and test system model 1. You can consider this model or you can see this model in several pieces. For example, we have the excuse me, we have the first part, which is the arrivals part. This is where the parts are coming in. And now we have the preparation area. So preparation is made up of two processes here, one for part A, one for part B. So this is the you can consider this as step 2. And then we have the sealer area. In the sealer area, the parts are coming in here. And then there's this rework area, and then there is this dispose area. Dispose area is made up of scrapped, salvaged and shipped. So we have first part, second part, third part, fourth part and fifth part. You can consider it that way. Now we are going to start building it. We turn on our Arena program. It's going to take a little bit time to open up. First thing we are going to do is we are going to start building our modules. Okay. First of all, I should tell you that we are going to have two different create modules, because we have two create modules. One create module for A, part A, the other one is for part B. And then we are going to have two assign modules. So I'm going to just write one pair, one for part A, and then I'm going to duplicate them. Okay. So I put this assign module. This is interesting because before I put the process module for part A, I have this assign module put in here. I'm going to explain why we need assign module right before our process module. So these are the arrivals. This is the prep area it's going to be, and there is this assign module in between, and I'm going to connect this create to assign. You can ask why. I'm going to give an explicit explanation for assign module here. And then after the process module, I'm going to have another process that's going to be, okay, so this is the arrivals, this is a part that is new for you, and there's this process area, which is the part A preparation, and then this is the sealer area. Okay, and then afterwards I have to make a decision, or there's this 9%, there's a test area, I should say. So for this test area, I'm going to put a decide module, and after this decide module, I'm going to have so after sealer, I have to, depending on the decide module's result, I'm going to have a process module again, which is going to represent the what? This is going to represent the rework area. But after the rework area, that's again decide module, because I have to decide whether parts are, or this is, you can consider this as a testing area as well. And after this testing area, we are going to test which ones are going to go to scrapped or salvaged or shipped. Okay, so roughly we have this. Now I'm going to duplicate these, but before I do, I'm going to enter some terms, some parts, because when I duplicate, I should be able to get what I want in an easy fashion. So I'm going to use exactly the same names that our book uses, because I don't want to confuse you or confuse myself while I'm building all these. So because when you are giving the names to these modules, if you I should tell you that letters being capital or not doesn't really matter, but the names and also the blanks between those names are very important. So for example, if I say part A arrive, this is going to be different than part A arrive written like that. So you need to be very careful. And for part A, arrive, it said that the inter-arrival times is exponential. So every 5 minutes there is a part coming in, and the parts entities per arrival is 1, and the units is going to be minutes because every 5 minutes, and the maximum arrivals is going to be infinite. First creation is 0, and we are going to click this OK. Part B is going to be similar, so I'm going to duplicate this, and I'm going to move this down here. I'm going to change the content of this. So instead of part A arrive, I'm going to write part B arrive. Entity type is going to be entity type 1, type 2, excuse me, type 2. Okay, random expo is going to be expo again. Let's see, it's going to come at every 30 minutes. It's going to arrive, and it's going to be in terms of minutes. Entities per arrival, in this case, they arrive 4 entities per arrival. It's infinite, and we click OK. And then similarly, I'm going to have another assign, but let's for this assign part, this is assign part A, sealer, and arrive time. So if you read the question carefully, at the beginning actually, we said that after the prep area, they are going to come to sealer area, but part A is going to be this the time that's gonna take, the delay time for part A in the sealer area is different than the delay time for part B in the sealer area. So assign module is going to tell part A the sealer time and part B sealer time. That's why we have to introduce that. And this arrive time assign is going to be used to track down the time of the entities in the system from the beginning till the end. So that's why we need this arrive time and sealer time. So let's add sealer time, for example, and each one is going to be attribute. It's not going to be variable, because variable is a term that's going to change. So the attribute is much better, and the attribute name is going to be, let's give it a name, sealer time. Okay, for the sealer time, and we are going to click OK, and we are going to add one more, which is the attribute again, and this is going to be the arrive time, the name of the attribute. New value is 1, and click OK. So you can also see this on our handout. If you go to the assign, so you're going to see the create first. Look for the create. We have part A arrive, entity type part A. We can change it to, we said it entity 1, but we can change it to part A, and the time between arrivals is exponentially distributed, 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes one part A arrives. Units is minutes. So we did this, and you can also see the same thing in the dialog box as follows. So name part A arrive, entity type part A, time between arrivals type random exponentially distributed, value is 5 minutes. Okay, and then we can do the same for part B, but in the part B create dialog box, we have this 4 minutes is different, and also the value time between arrivals is 30 minutes. So these are two different things in here. So we have this create 1 and create 2, and we have assign 1 and assign 2. Let's get the assign 1 and assign 2 expression. So we expect, before I go to the assign, our picture, our whole arena module is going to look like this. So this is the arrival part, this is the prep area, this is the sealer area, this is the rework area. These are the these are the dispose area. Okay, So we have this decide twice, and we have these records to track the time of the entities in the system. And this assigns, assign 1 and assign 2, they are going to track the sealer time and the arrive time here. Okay, let's go to the handout I gave you, and assign module. Here the assign module. In the assign module, we are going to write assign part A, sealer and arrive time. As you see, for the attribute sealer time, triangular 1, 3, 4, and attribute arrive time T now. Now I didn't tell you these details right now, but we are gonna go back and change that. If we don't do that, then it's gonna just take the new value as 1. So we have to write down this expression. Okay, we go back to sealer time. We are going to edit that now. Okay, so the sealer time, it says we'll get our handout, and in the handout part A is going to span triangular 1, 3, 4. Okay, we have to go to the build expression for that, and random distributions, we find the triangular one, and then for the triangular 1, 1, 3, 4, I believe. Let's double check that. 1, 3, 4. So I'm gonna choose here, or maybe I can write that here too. 1, 3 and 4. Okay, 1, 3 and 4. Yeah, we have to erase the rest, by the way. Okay, and click OK. So this is the new value for part A, sealer time. So when it's in the sealer area, it's going to spend this much, excuse me, delay time at this sealer area. We fixed that, but we need to fix the arrive time as well. Now for the arrive time, you can directly write T now. Okay, T now is going to tell you the time now. So this is when the part A arrives. So this is when it starts to track the time, and at the very end we are going to have the record module, and record module is going to tell how many minutes this particular entity spent time in the system. Okay, we click OK, and then click OK and close it. And also I want to change one thing. So you can still keep in the create area, you can keep the entity 1, but let's use, instead of this, let's give it a name part A, like in our if you go back, entity 1 is fine too, but it's easier to track it depending on the part. Okay, so where's, okay, so you can still keep the entity 1, or you can change it to part A. Okay, I'm gonna do the same for part B. I'm gonna go to here, and I'm gonna change it to part B and click OK. So I'm all good so far. Now I'm gonna duplicate this because it's easier that way. So I'm gonna put it in here, and I'm gonna connect part B to part assign module. Now in this assign module, this is an assign module for part B, so I'm going to change the name to part B. Now I'm going to also modify each of these, and I check what is the delay type. Okay, for this at the sealer area, it's not triangular 1, 3, 4 anymore. It's the viable 2.5, 5.3. So I'm going to erase this, and I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to the random distributions. I'm going to find the viable. Okay, this is okay, and then here I'm going to write 2.5, and I'm going to write 5.3. 5.3 here. 2.5 is the scale parameter beta, and 5.3 shape parameter alpha. Whatever this means, you don't have to worry about that, but this is what we are supposed to write because this is given in the question. Okay, and then the arrive time. Okay, let's edit this too. So attribute arrive time T now, so this is gonna stay the same. Okay, So no changes here, because in both arrival time is going to be T now. And I click OK. And this is the arrival part. And this is the prep part, prep area. So for this, I'm gonna work on this now. If you double click, the dialog box is going to open. So the name of this is gonna be prep A process. Okay, this makes sense because this is where I'm gonna write it in that form. Okay, prep A process. This is when the preparation for part A has been processed, and I'm gonna keep the standard here, and here delay, sees delayed release part, and I'm going to add here the process for this one. So there's information given here in our handout, so let's go back to our handout. You should always work like that till you get used to this. So here, this is the prep A process, right? This is the process module. So it's gonna look like this on our arena program. And sees delay release, we choose that, and then we are gonna add the resources here, because there's gonna be a resource who is gonna serve right, the system. And yeah, and the resource, the delay type for the resource, it's given in our first part as well, right? This is the let's see, it's the prep area. In the prep area, it's gonna be like triangular 148. Okay, triangular 148. Okay, and the resources, resource name prep A. Okay, that's it. And the quantity, it's gonna be 1. So we are gonna imitate that for our case. The process for the prep A process sees delay release. We are going to add a resource for the prep area. So the resource name is prep A. Okay, prep A. We want to make sure that they are okay, and the units to seize is going to be 1 at a time. Okay, in the prep area, and it's triangular. The units is going to be in minutes, so the delay type is going to be triangular. So it's going to take triangular distributed time, and the minimum value 148, I believe. I'm double checking it. 148. Okay, minimum value is 1. Most likely is 4, and maximum is 8. And then we click report statistics, and we click OK. Okay, this is process A process. So far we did the arrival part, and we are preparing the prep part. And this assign is going to be useful for the sealer part, and also this is going to be useful for tracking the time for each part in the system. So I want to duplicate this prep area, and I duplicated it, and I write it in here, and I'm going to just change the name to B. Yeah, okay, prep B process. It still sees delay release. I'm going to edit this one. The resource is different now. The resource is going to be prep B resource, and capital B. Let's use that. Capitalization is not as important, but it's okay. It looks nicer if we follow the capitals. And this is triangular 3, 5, 10. So I'm going to change this minimum to 3, most likely to 5, 3, 5, 10. Yeah. Okay, I'm double checking again. 3, 5, 10. Yeah. So we prepared this too, and we click OK. And then I want to connect this assign module to the process area. Okay, I did that. So this is the prep area that is done. As I told you before, after the prep area, we have the sealer area. Okay, so I'm going to connect this to the sealer area. Okay, this, and I'm going to connect this too to the sealer area. Okay, in the sealer area, so let's see what we are going to do. It's also explained in the handout, because I want you to follow the handout as much as you can. Okay. Okay, here is the sealer process. Okay, the dialog box is gonna look like that. So the name of the process is sealer process. The action is gonna be seize, delay, release, and the resources that it's gonna use is gonna be a sealer. The quantity that it's gonna seize is 1. Delay type is gonna be expression, and the units is gonna be in terms of minutes, and the expression is gonna be sealer time. So this time it's a little bit different, and the sealer dialog box is going to look like this. Okay, let's apply that. Let's apply that. The sealer, okay, sealer process. I'm gonna call it sealer process. Sealer process. Oh, that's not good. Sealer process standard, and it's gonna be seize, delay, release again, and then I'm going to add the resource. The resource name is gonna be sealer. Okay, sealer. Units to seize is gonna be 1. Okay. Okay, so where are we going to use the sealer time, the attribute, the sealer time? So if you go back to the expression again, okay, so look at the delay type. The delay type is the expression, so we have to be careful here. The delay type, this is where we are going to be careful about. So it says for the delay type, look, for the delay type, choose the expression, and then the expression is going to be sealer time. Okay, that's what we are going to do. So expression means we are going to express what we want as the delay type. We already defined this as sealer time attribute, and we are going to write it in here and click OK. And this expression is sealer time is in minutes, so change it to minutes. Be careful in that. Okay, and this is it. And anything else? That's all to it. Okay, that's all to it. So whenever part A comes here, it's going to read the sealer time according to the prep A. Whenever prep B comes here, it's going to read the sealer time according to prep B. Okay. After the sealer time, there's a testing area, which we call actually failed sealer inspection. We can call it failed sealer inspection or sealer inspection. It's up to you. To make it short, sealer inspection is fine. Okay, sealer inspection, okay, which is actually, this is the test area. The test area is going to be two-way by chance. So we said that 91% of the time it's true. So we are going to write 9% here, and we are going to click OK to this. Okay, and then so this decision module, 91% of the time it's going to go through here, and the 9% of the time it's going to go to 91% of the time. So be careful here. Okay, so we chose this 9% because 9% is a true value, because 9% is when it's going to fail the test and it's going to go to the rework area. That's why we kept it 9% here, the true value, as you see. If I make it a little bit bigger for you, let's make it a little bit bigger for you. Okay, see, make it a bigger. Okay, so sealer inspection, this is the true value, 9%. Then 9% is going to go to the rework area, but 91% is going to go to shipped. Okay, so I'm going to make it smaller again. So let's use a dispose module to dispose the part. It's good. Okay, so I'm going to put this dispose module. So I'm going to call it shipped. Okay, shipped. Okay, so I can combine this to this if I want to. Okay, then I have this process module. In the process module, this is the rework area. So we said that we have the arrival part, we have the preparation part, we have the sealer part of, sorry, this is the Q, and then we have the rework area. So let's work on this rework area. Before I do that, I'm going to look at my handout. So this is what we did, the decision module. Look, so this is the decision module, sealer inspection, two-way by chance. 9% is the true value, and that's what we did. Okay, and here's the rework process dialog box, this one, display 8. So what's the name? It's the rework process. What's the action? Seize delay release. What are the resources? It's the rework. Is the name of the resource. Quantity, one at a time. Delay type is going to be expression, and the units is going to be exponential 45 minutes. We said that it's going to take 45 minutes to rework the parts. Okay, so let's fill this in. Okay, so this is the rework process. Okay, rework process. So I'm going to write it as follows: rework process standard. So it's going to be seize delay release again. I'm going to add the resource. What's the resource? Rework resource. The resource name is rework. Okay, and units to seize is one at a time. And there's going to be an expression in terms of minutes. The units is going to be in terms of minutes, and the expression that we have is what? Exponential. Okay, you can choose expo here, and 45 minutes. So every 45 minutes approximately, and rework is going to be done. So if click on that. After the rework process, the parts are going, so there's a test area again, there's another test area. We are going to call this as rework inspection. Okay, rework inspection. So I'm going to write that, rework inspection. Okay, two-way by chance, and the true value here is 20%. Okay, 20%. Let's type it in here. 20%. So 20% of the time it's going to fail the inspection. And after the failing inspection, that's why actually we can call failed rework inspection if we want to. Then afterwards we are going to dispose it. Okay, and we are going to dispose it. Okay, I'm going to put one dispose here, or another dispose. Okay, down here. For this part. Okay, so I'm gonna call this, if it fails again, it's gonna go to the scrapped parts. Okay, I'm gonna call it scrapped because of that. If it passes, then it's gonna go to the salvaged parts. Okay, so it's salvaged. Okay, now so far we have not used one thing, which is arrive time. So we defined it, arrive time, in the assign part. So where are we going to use that? Okay, arrive time is about calculating the time in the system for each part, and I told you that we are going to use the record module and to follow the time. So I'm going to do that here. So let's find the record module and put record module here. Another record module here, right before dispose. So I'm going to erase these guys. Okay, I don't want to connect them to there. I want to erase this too, this connection. Okay, I'm going to put another record module here right in front of this dispose. Okay, this record module depends on this is about the scrap parts. Okay, I'm going to call it record scrap parts. So this is going to record the time for the parts that came into the system, and then at the end they are all scrapped. Okay, so for the record module, so we have to again go back to our handout. Okay, okay, we did that. Okay, record module, it's explained here. Record scrap parts, for example, it's gonna look like that. The name is record scrap parts. It's gonna use the time interval because we are trying to find a time interval from the beginning till the end. And the attribute name, we are going to use the arrive time. So arrive time started the time at the beginning. Okay, and the tele name, record scrap parts, and we click OK. Okay, let's do the same for this. So we are going to add, so this is going to be the time interval. Okay, we are interested in, okay, records the difference between the current simulation time and the time stamped value stored in attribute name for the tele name specified, it says. The attribute name in this case, it's the arrive time, okay, and then the tele name is going to, as you see, record scrapped parts. The tele name, record scrapped parts. Okay, we click OK. Click OK, and that's it. If you like, we duplicate this 3 times, okay, and 2 times, sorry. I'm gonna erase these. I'm gonna put down here and put down here. Okay, maybe it's gonna make it shorter. Now for this one, this is the record salvaged parts. Okay, I'm gonna rewrite that, salvaged parts. Salvaged parts. Okay, and then be careful here. Okay, and then let's edit this. It's the time interval again, it's the arrive time, record salvaged parts. We have to change that. Salvaged parts. Salvaged parts. Okay, click OK, and that's good. And then let's do this, the shipped parts. Shipped parts, and edit this. This is the shipped parts. Record shipped parts. Okay, click OK, and that's it. We are gonna move this here, shipped, and here. Now I'm gonna connect all these. So from rework inspection, it's gonna go to the, because there's this 20%. Okay, 20% is gonna go to the scrap parts because it failed. So, but before it goes to the scrap part, it has to go through record because it's gonna record the time. And then here, 80% of them are going to go to the salvaged parts. Okay, here. But before it goes to the salvage dispose, it goes through the record to record the time. And then we have the other one, which is the sealer, the ones that undo. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. Okay, and then before it goes to the shipped part, it has to go through the record shipped parts to record the time. Okay, here too. Okay, so far I think we are good, and I'm gonna click OK, save. Okay, so I'm going to save it. I'm gonna save it here. So this is what? Electronic assembly. Maybe I should keep this. Electronic assembly. Electronic assembly. Assembly. Model 1. Okay. And that's it. Okay. And then we have the run parameters. Don't forget that. Go to the run setup. Okay. Project parameters, you can give it a name if you want. Electronic assembly, electronic assembly and test. Okay, model 1. Analyst name, I'm gonna write my name, you can write your name. Okay, project description. What can we say? We can write the whole question actually. Let's see whether I can copy paste that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. For example, this run setup, electronic assembly and test, analyst name, and then the first version of electronic assembly and test model is described in section 4.1. Okay. Test version 1, let's say. Version 1, okay. And then we check this entities, resources, queues, and processes if you want to get information about them. Maybe processes, yeah, processes is good, resources is good, entities, it's up to you to check. Okay, that's it. And apply this. Now replication parameters, number of replications, we are going to replicate it once, and replication length is, it's going to be 32 hours because 8 times 4 shifts, it's 32 hours. 24 hours per day. Base time units is going to be in minutes. Okay, and it's good enough, and apply, and that should be it. Click OK. So we are going to run this. We fast forward that. Let's click yes. It didn't give any errors. That's good. Okay, just click. Yeah. Let's try to open it up again. Okay. Open up model 1. Okay, that should be, let's see. Okay, let's check the model to see whether everything, no errors or warnings in this model. That means so no errors. Okay, so here check model. Before you run it, you should always check model, okay, to see whether there are any errors, and we check again, no errors. So that's a good news. Okay, so this is what we have. So let's look at our report. We had done already. Okay, reports, it should show up here. Let's get the overview. Okay, for some reason it just closed itself. There is no error, but it closes itself. Okay. Okay, open ElectronicAssembly model 1. Okay, let's get entities. Okay, for some reason it just wants to close it. Okay, I think we should continue with the report in our next video. Otherwise it's gonna go over and over. Thanks for listening.